This nebula is quite literally in a region with 5 different brightly lit protostar jets. Wait, what? But also, this nebula is like 2,000 light years away from us and has a B8V type star. But that's just the start of it. Alright, well, this video has 3 different chapters. You already saw the intro, and this is chapter 1. So chapter 1 is basically just about talking about the different things, features I used to get some of my own images for this space object. Obviously, there's external images from other people who have also captured this space object. Chapter 2 is the data of the object, and Chapter 3 is basically where I go into all the details or mysteries about the space object. Okay, so first, what even is this nebula? It is VGB123, a reflection nebula. Remember that a reflection nebula basically just reflects the light of another source. Could be a star, outside or inside the nebula, could be some other stuff. Sometimes it's a cluster of stars, but yeah. Alright, now I have the C-Star S30 Pro, so I decided to do some testing of some features because it's a new telescope. Set and go features like light pollution removal, 4K, and more. These features can't really be changed once you start capturing an object. There are also some extra cool features that can be done after processing the image. So dynamic background extraction improves the lighting. Deep sky stack, so stacks images. And then AI denoise uses AI to remove noise from the image. Here are the images. So starting out with the first two, here's the original image. Here is the AI denoise image. Now both of them, but they have DSS. Now both of them, but they have DBE. Now both of them with DSS and DBE. Also, these will be adding to the Google Drive. Once again, more stuff if you aren't aware. I have the Google Drive of photos, so check those out in the description. Now, a couple of features I did not realize I probably shouldn't use again. DSS, I shouldn't use that one. It turns out that you only really need DSS if you stack on multiple nights. I already knew it did stacking automatically, but I thought that the DSS just did a better version or something, but no, it's mostly meant for multiple nights of stacking. When you search a space object into Symbiad, which is a reputable site for data on space objects, what you'll generally find is that it just redirects you to information about a specific star, because data in Symbiad is usually for stars mostly. It can be for other stuff. So HD 170634 is the main star that lights up VGB123. Oh yeah, I just gave you a spoiler for chapter 3. But yeah, it is located 438.001 parsecs from us, plus or minus 3.4724. Parsecs, by the way, are equal to about 3.262 light years, so you can do the math. Parallax is used to find distance, where distance equals 1,000 over parallax if you're using milliarc seconds, which we are. So it is about 2.2831 plus or minus 0.0181, which checks out to the distance when using the formula. Obviously, it does make sense why it does check out to the formula. Okay, its RA is 18 hours, 30 minutes, and 24.87578777680 seconds. Moving right, 3.443 milliarc seconds, plus or minus 0.018 per year. Galvanization is 1 degree, 13 arc minutes, 24.641855,860 arc seconds. Interesting how both have 24 at the end, but that's just a coincidence. Alright, so the declination is moving down 8.582 milliarc seconds plus or minus 0.016 per year. Alright, so the spectral class is B8V. Do I need to go over spectral classes? Yeah, I'm too lazy. Here's like an image explaining it. Pause the video. And apparent magnitude is about 9.75. The sources will be at the end of the video, so you can make your own interpretation. Alright, so here's a message explaining to my old viewers why this chapter is going to be different. If you're a new viewer, just don't worry about it. VDB is a catalog mostly made for reflection nebula. It does have other types of objects though. HD 170634's reflected light is what lights up VDB 123. Like many other reflection nebulae, the star is inside VDB 123, but it's a reflection nebula. A light bulb is very different than a laser beam bouncing inside a box of mirrors. The region where VDB 123 resides is actually very active. There's a ton of reflection nebulas and also star clusters. Now, in general, space object names can get a little confusing. Sometimes different names for space objects, like a nebula, are just because of different catalogs that the space object is in. But sometimes these different names actually don't refer to the exact same thing. Refer to different regions of a specific space object, or they might overlap. So it can get a little confusing sometimes. The Big Surface Nebula cloud of dark gas and dust basically has a bunch of areas lit up by stars, each having its own pocket. And each time a new region has a star that lights it up, it'll be considered a separate nebula, or at least a separate region. This is an image explaining all of it. You can see all the different areas. Do you notice all those objects with HH? Well, if you're a new viewer, by the way, you're missing out. Ha ha ha. Subscribe, lol. But anyway, an HH object is basically when new stars are forming, they eject streams of hot gas that collide into existing surrounding nebula gas, and yeah, it's pretty bright. There's like 5 of them, which is pretty crazy. Here are the sources and images. Also, please subscribe, bro. Imagine being a new viewer. Sunyin.